segment I'm doing, our segment Meet the Locals. I'm sitting here with 7th Ascent from Minneapolis. How are you guys doing?
Good.
Good.
So introduce yourselves, names and instruments.
I'm Jason, I play the bass.
I'm Aaron, I play guitar, and I use my voice sometimes.
My name's Ryan, and I use my vocal cords.
Hi, my name's Evan, and I play drums.
Cool. Well, I just want to thank you guys for sitting down with me. I appreciate it. How would you guys describe your music to someone who's never heard it before?
Rock and roll. Not rock and roll, but rock music. It's
so
stuff you
boring.
hear. Yeah, it's rock music, you know. It's pretty big.
Okay.
So I've always compared us to kind of a big combination of, or at least we used to say a big combination of like Perfect Circle meets Shine Down meets
10 years.
10 years.
Seven Dust.
Yeah.
Marilyn Manson.
No Marilyn Manson.
Pokemon.
Pokemon? I don't think so.
Trying to be the very best.
Lamb.
Okay, so you guys released a new music video in March for your song Battleground,
That's
correct?
right, yeah.
Tell me a little bit more about the inspiration behind that video and a little bit more about the song.
The song was one of the first songs that we wrote, Aaron and I, when I first joined the band. He had music parts from before I even came into the picture, and I came in with these lyrics and melody ideas, and they ended up fitting each other perfectly. It was like a freaky moment, and that was kind of when we decided let's start a band. So the song was written about a close friend of mine who battled alcoholism and drug addiction, and that's kind of where the song came from, so it's really close to me. And then we had a friend who wanted the song in his movie, and he kind of came to us with some ideas for it, and we just kind of pointed him in the right direction in regards to topic and some things we wanted included, but he kind of came to us with the storyboard idea and just kind of went from there.
Cool. Yeah, it seems like there's definitely a lot of emotion in it. You can tell that somebody came to it, yeah.
I think there's a lot of people that can relate to being around people who are addicts, and you know, everyone knows one, right? Yeah. Or is that just me? I don't know.
No, that's my family too.
The song can be looked at in a lot of ways. I mean, I think everybody, to some extent, has an addiction to something. Yeah. And if it's unhealthy, I mean, an addiction to peanuts or sunflower seeds is fine, but things that are, bad, it's a good way to look at, the struggle.
Yeah.
And how to fight through it.
Yeah. You kind of touched on this, but how did you guys get started as a band?
Blast from the past. Throwback Thursday moment. Well, I mean, the band was kind of around, and I played with a couple buddies from high school and college, and then, what was it, 5 years ago, I met Ryan, and I was like, yeah, you sound better than our current singer, would you like to join our band? And she heard the tunes, and she's like, yeah, these are so awesome that this is gonna be the greatest band in the world, or in the basement. And so she joined the band, and then that's kind of where all the reforming happened, and adjusting the tunings of the songs to accent her voice better, and to have it still sound like she's still pushing herself to get that grit.
You really do have a hell of a voice, though. Listening to the song.
Thank you.
Both of you.
There was a lot, in between that, though. I mean, there was a lot of members who changed. And years that passed from 5 years ago to what the band is now. So.
It's kind of how our name came about. Was when I ended up joining in July 2008. It was the 7th rotation of members, so to speak. If we were on current rotation of members, we'd be like 10th Ascent or 9th Ascent. So
I would be like the 9th Ascent,
yeah.
Tends to happen,
So that's kind of how we came up with the name, or came up with the 7.
Should be more like 12.
12.
Yeah.
11th Ascent,
Yeah.
12. It doesn't have the same ring, so we just
Yeah.
stick with the 7.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's kind of
There was Stompy Joe. There was
Little
Lobo,
Lobo,
the
Gimpy
Gimpy
leg.
leg. Yeah.
There's
There's
Bony
Tito.
Bob and Cheeks.
He spontaneously combusted though.
Alright then.
Alright.
So who are some of your guys' musical influences as a band and then individually?
As a band,
Yes, as a band.
that's hard because the spectrum
Or just-
Yeah.
from here to there is like.
Okay, individually then.
I like a lot of heavier stuff.
Okay.
I mean, I've always had a well-rounded like going back and forth. I mean, I like heavier progressive stuff. Like I'm really into Periphery, and right now I've been listening to like Bring Me the Horizon and stuff a lot.
Okay.
But I'd say one of my favorite bands of all time is Silverchair,
Okay.
just because I mean, the melodies and Daniel John's voice, and
Mhm.
you know, it's always. I just love the progression of that band, how they evolved and changed their music, and you know, a lot of people go like, "Oh, they made a record after Neon Ballroom." And,
Mhm.
they definitely did. Check them out. Diorama is probably one of my favorite albums of all time.
Good album. I'm kind of old school. I like my guitar to sound old school, even though it doesn't. I love Led Zeppelin, and I grew up on Eric Clapton, Fleetwood Mac, and then got into Metallica, and then Tool, A Perfect Circle is one of my favorite bands. They write those songs that you can just sit back and be like, wow, this is exactly what I want to feel like
Yeah.
right now, at this moment. So,
Dude, you get so like old school tones with that X effects. It's like so old school.
yeah.
Oh my goodness gracious.
Yeah.
This question's always the hardest for me because I literally, if you were to look through like my Pandora radio
Britney
list,
Spears.
no.
I guarantee Britney Spears is on it.
If you were to look through my Pandora list, like we're talking like Huey Lewis and the News is one that brings me back to before even, you know, when I was just a toddler.
Yeah.
And then like I've got 10 years, I've got dubstep. I mean, it's really hard for me to pick
Mhm.
one specific thing that influences me. So I generally answer the question by saying I'll tell you like my top 3 albums or
Okay.
4 albums that will never get old to me and I could listen on repeat and I'd never get sick of them.
Bonnie Raitt.
No.
What's wrong with Bonnie?
The John
There's
Mayer
nothing
Room
wrong
for
with
Squares,
Okay.
Gavin DeGraw's Chariot album,
Mhm.
the Paramore Misery, or the Riot album, I'm sorry, and Brand New Eyes. The 10 Years albums, I can't think. 10
Autumn
10
Effect.
Years. Yes, Autumn Effect. I listened to Russian Roulette on repeat all day today.
Okay.
So,
I think it's cool that you're open. I mean, more.
oh, and the
bands.
Maroon 5 album, the songs about Jane.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
So it's just like all over the
We're on a
place.
time slot here sometimes.
Jeez. Influences for me, I'm really into punk. I always have been. I grew up on punk. I listened to a lot of heavier stuff too as I grew up, but then it just kind of took a back seat. Now I still listen to it, really appreciate it, but I mean, growing up I was like Killswitch Engage, Rammstein, and like As I Lay Dying, a lot of Christian rock too. Kind of grew up on that, but always the biggest genre that's always had a big place in my heart was punk and pop punk, like Blink-182, Green Day, Sum 41, huge staples, and I'm confident that they'll be my favorite band until I die, basically.
Nice.
So, I love energy.
Yeah.
Energy in music is why I play it.
Yeah.
So,
Always adds to everything.
indeed.
So what have been some of your guys' biggest accomplishments as a band?
Finding choices.
Yeah.
Finding a parking spot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For this interview.
For this
yeah,
interview.
that was-
Buying a van.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
Getting a van unstuck. That was a big.
Getting a van.
Oh man.
Oh,
That was a
that's a
nightmare.
really long story,
Oh,
but
boy.
long story short is that we were up playing in St. Cloud and we were going to stay at my friend's house who lives out in the country, like
Yeah.
30 minutes north of St. Cloud, and we missed the correct turn and ended up turning onto what we didn't know at the time was a
Yeah.
low service road.
Oh boy.
We got really stuck, got like pulled out of the snow.
It's a truck.
This is at 4
It's like
a.m.
the
too.
size
It's like
of a
4 a.m. and
transformer.
like
Pitch black.
it's just the middle of nowhere. Like
Literally
it's
nowhere.
one of those things that's
and
like
we were
typical.
on empty
Like
because no gas stations were open.
Yeah.
Yeah, no gas
And
stations
it was
are
winter
open.
and cold. So anyway,
Yeah.
that's a big
It's
accomplishment.
rock and roll.
it was rock and roll. We were drinking beers in the van and peeing in the woods.
Both of those are true.
Yeah.
Good
Yeah.
adventure, I guess.
I'd say some of the shows that we've landed.
So I guess with the red jumpsuit at Radis in March.
Red jumpsuit, yeah, we
Opened up for Red
got
and
to-
Gemini Syndrome.
Okay.
Red and
Sweet.
Gemini Syndrome,
Puddle of
Puddle of Mud.
We have some.
Evans Blue. That was one.
Do you have some upcoming shows?
We have some exciting upcoming shows that we're pretty much gonna try to fill the summer with going out and hitting a lot of the surrounding areas. We got to go back down to Mankato, and hit like over into across the river into Wisconsin and go back up to Pine City and Duluth and all that area. So we want to kind of use the summer to go and spread our name in those areas and let people know who we are.
Spread our seed.
Spread our seed, sow our royal oats, and then we're gonna come back. And August is gonna be a really big month for us back here in the cities.
I think getting the album done was a big accomplishment. I mean, we had songs written for a while. We always wanted to record them, and we did. We did the single "Misery Loves Company"
Yeah.
and a video. And after that single, it was like, hey guys, let's do a full length album. You know, I think we could do it. So we talked with our producer, and yeah, we got together and we did the full length album, and it's out now, self-titled, and I'm happy with it. That was a big accomplishment, and then seeing the songs translate live and people react to them,
Yeah.
and songs like Battleground,
Yeah.
touching people's lives.
Yeah, we had a great reaction from Battleground.
Yeah, I've seen
I think
some
the video really helped too.
Yeah.
Tells the story.
Yeah, it's just I've always believed that you know, music, audio, and visual kind of go hand in hand.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it's that way at a show. And I
Yeah.
think it's that way with music videos too. That you know the song the album was out for a while, and you know we didn't really hear too much about what people's opinions of Battleground was, and then we released the video,
Yeah.
and there was just kind of a lot of people reaching out to us and saying like how much the song actually meant to them and how much they got it. So let's do a video for every song.
Yeah, I've seen some of the posts on Facebook anyway, what people were saying. It seems like you guys had a really good reaction to it, and that it touched people's lives. And
Yeah, I mean, to us, I mean, it's got a lot more views than our past videos, and I think that kind of speaks for itself.
yeah,
You know, it's a great song,
it is.
and the video tells a good story.
It does. And like you said, I mean, a lot of people either know someone that, you know, has a problem with addiction, or they're, you know, with themselves too. So.
Yeah.
Cool. What have been some of your guys' favorite memories as a band?
I may not remember all of
I definitely don't remember all
them. I mean, just recently, one of my favorite memories was getting stuck.
That was really fun, even though it was scary.
We made it back safe, and I knew that we were all gonna be safe. I was sleeping at the time, and I woke up, and I'm like, why is the
He
van
got
stopped?
really mad. He was really
Why
mad
isn't
for a
there any
while.
gas in the tank? We had no gas. It was just, oh, it was a disaster.
One of my favorite memories would probably be one of our first road trips that we went on as a band in our van and everything. I mean, it was just like, it just felt so natural. It
Yeah.
felt so like I could totally get used to doing this.
Yeah.
Just killing time during the day and then making sure we're there on time
Yeah.
at night for the show.
I don't know. I think the Misery video was a lot of fun for me to do, and probably for all of us. It was first video.
I had
that,
a great time doing.
yeah, Jason had a good time. No, I mean it was the first real video that was done, and I had high hopes for it. And it was one of those things that you do a lot of things in music, and a lot of them always sound good. And music is kind of the business of false hope, coming from a cynical point of view. A lot of things on paper sound amazing, and everything's too good to be true. And 99.9% of the time, it is. However, that was one of those situations where we got an opportunity to do a video for free, and I was super stoked about it. I had super high expectations and thought, well, maybe it won't be that good. And I personally thought even afterwards that my expectations were made, and it was one of the first times that I really felt this is really something that not that it'll get millions and billions of views, but it's an accomplishment that will always be there.
Yeah.
Just like a record. Like when I die, even if the band broke up today and we never saw each other again.
No,
that
the video deletes.
Oh, right.
Automatically.
Yeah, it does
it's
it?
gone.
Okay. The video will be there, and our songs will be there, and it's moments like that are what super accomplished. Makes me feel accomplished. It's probably one of my favorite moments. Is the Misery video record, and then I would agree with them about the first weekend trip was a good time. Kind of showed like, hey, we can do that. I mean, we can do this. It's not that hard, and it's kind of fun.
Yeah.
So.
Down the road.
Yep, that's right.
So where can people watching this video find your guys' music and/or find you in general? As a
Most
band?
importantly, they can find it at our
37.
shows.
I was just gonna say.
As a band.
They can find our music at our shows, first and foremost. You can buy it. It's
I'm
on
cutting you off.
iTunes, everywhere. You know where to find iTunes.
Our
YouTube.
YouTube channel, 7th Ascent, not Descent. Just need to make that
7
clear.
TH.
7th Ascent. That's our YouTube channel where you can find all of our videos. Facebook.com/7th Ascent. You can send us an email.
Ryan does
7thAscentmusic@gmail.com.
No, I say so.
And Twitter. We're on Twitter too, everyone. Tweet.
One big one I want to push as far as finding our stuff is everything. Everything we have is on our merch site, which you can order, and it's super simple. We'll like send it out personally, like either one of us personally grab it and wrap it up for you with love and send it out.
Fingerprints will be all
Fingerprints
over your
are
stuff.
all over
We'll
it.
even sweat on
Possibly
it
a
if you
fart
want.
from Aaron.
Or he'll put hot cocoa in there too.
But no, it's all there, and happy for you to buy it on iTunes too. That's always cool. But what you get with the actual CD is not only is it the same price or cheaper, it might be $1 cheaper, but you get to see all the work we put in for the record. We get to see the album art, and you get to see a little bit who we are, like who we thanked, and there's a lot of stuff in there that might go unnoticed if you just buy the iTunes. So yeah, go on the merch site. It's 7thascent.storeenvy.com. That is with 2 E's. So check it out. Order
One
something.
E.
One? No.
It's 1 E.
Is it 1 E?
Mm-hmm.
Store envy.
Store
yeah,
envy
it is.
shares
It's
the
like
E.
store envy.
Does it?
Store envy.
Okay, it shares the E. My bad.
I'll put all the links below too.
Thank you. That helps us.
Yeah,
Everyone
the
was
links will
like
be there.
pausing.
Have
Maybe
a
buy
little
something.
bouncy ball.
Cool. That's all I wanted to push.
Alright, well I just want to thank you guys.
You ever had hot cocoa before? Have
What's
you?
one of your favorite memories,
Yeah.
Evan?
Hold on, we need to get through this. Can I ask you a question?
You're sidetracking her interview.
I can edit it out like legit hot chocolate or something else that I'm.
No, have you ever had hot cocoa? It's so good. Look at me and tell me it's good.
Evan,
Good.
what's your favorite?
Okay.